Proverbs 29:27 says, an unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked. And so an unjust man and a just man, one to the other, they're both abominations to each other. Because like I said, the unjust man, he's living in his sins. If a just man comes around, he's got to hide the beer, and hide the smokes, and act like he's, good enough to talk to this guy who just showed up. And the just, if you're in church and all of a sudden somebody comes in loud and obnoxious and like they, coming to a party or something, like just coming in, making all kind of noise and stuff, and it's aggravating you as a just person. And of course, that's usually how it is when some of them show up. I got a guy, he'll come to my house, and sometimes I can tell when he's done gotten into some mess, because he'll come to my house and he'll just bang on the door. Of course, I ain't gonna bang on that chair, but he'll bang on the door like it's the police or something. And I'm like, what is his problem? I don't go to nobody's house and knock that loud. That's a simple knock, but he'll, just bang on it. I'm like, what's wrong with him? And then, of course, it's because he's done gotten into some mischief. His heart rate's going faster or something, I guess. I don't know, but I can just tell because that's how he is. He'll come up and I'll step outside and I can just tell his eyes are low, like he don't want to even look me in the face for whatever reason. And, it's what it is, but it's because, again, he's gotten into some mischief, and I don't know why he's like that, but I can tell, it's aggravating to me, because don't nobody want nobody coming banging. If I went and knocked on one of these doors loud, they'd probably kick me out of here, And so it's, let me find the place again, but it's, the unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked. So we're an abomination to the wicked. Just our presence, they hate sometimes. And not all of them. Some of them, they're, like I said, they're borderline. They're coming to Christ still. And so, but still, it's, we're one another an abomination to each other. And so there's sort of like I said, even with God, if we're living in sin, there's a separation point where that sin separates us. And it's the same with man. Our sin separates us from other men because, again, our lifestyles. Ecclesiastes 7:15 says, all things have I seen in the days of my vanity. There is a just man that perisheth in his righteousness, and there is a wicked man that prolongeth his life in his wickedness. In Ecclesiastes 7:20 it says, for there is not a just man upon the earth that doeth good and sinneth not. And of course we know this because that's just how it's written. That Christ was the only one to come and live a sinless life. Like, we just can't do it. There's not a man on the world who has done it. There's been some close. We got Moses, we got Noah, we got the Abraham, we've got the prophets of old as examples to us of what it's like to live righteously and what it's like to live a faith-filled life. But no one's lived a sinless life except Christ. That's why that king in England ain't my king. Christ is my king. And so we have to... I was going to go back to this other one too. This Ecclesiastes 7:15 that says, there's a just man that perisheth in his righteousness. And so if we're, like I said, if we're just to ourselves, if we think of ourselves over another person, we can perish in our own righteousness. And so we don't want to be that way. We want to, like I said, we want Christ as our king, because if we perish, we don't perish in our righteousness, we perish in our faith in Christ. And that's how we want to be. We want to perish in the faith in Christ, because if we're perishing in our own righteousness, in our own flesh, then we're trying to rely on ourselves. And if we're relying only on ourselves, it's going to end in a mess. Because we're just that flesh is just the way it's built. It's the way God made it. And so that's we have to rely on it for that. But it says that there is a wicked man that prolongeth his life in his wickedness. And of course, that's not good either, because they just, eventually they're going to come to the realization they're surrounded by that mischief, and it's not a good life. It's really not. But moving on, Ecclesiastes 8:14, it says, there is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there be just men unto whom it happeneth according to the work of the wicked. Again, there be wicked men to whom it happeneth according to the work of the righteous. I said that this also is vanity. And so basically this is talking about